All right, welcome back to True Story with John Gibson. Today we have an extremely exciting guest, Dada 5000. Dada, what's up, man?
Hey, how's it going, man? Thanks for having me on your platform.
Absolutely my pleasure. So Dada and I were just talking offline a little bit about BYB Extreme. So I just figured why not we just start right there, man. I'm a huge fan of bare knuckle boxing. And it's just amazing to see his organization, all the awesome fighters that are involved. I just finished watching the BYB 8 Extreme card, Dada. Awesome. Can't wait for the Tampa card. But before we jump into all that, man, can you just share a little bit about like how we got here? Your organization is just it's so professional, amazing fighters, so much action. Like I'm a huge fan. So how did this happen, man?
Well, I would definitely say, could you hear me? Okay.
Yep.
I would definitely say this, right? That right now we're inside the mighty Trigon ring, right? Which this thing has a 98% TKO KO finish rate, right? And it was by design. And we'll get into that, you know what I'm saying, a little later, but I just want to let you know where we was broadcasting from. But we revolutionized, you know, the way that individuals look at extreme reality all over the world. And how we got here is this, right? You know, I have to, you know, give double salutes to RIP, the Kimbo Slice, right?
Yeah.
And this was totally by accident how he even came about. And because I am who I am, I just don't see things for what they are. I see them for what they can be. You know, and I said, yo, they're doing this, but it's individual, you know, fights. I want to start a movement. I want to have an organization, like make it into, you know, a real event.
Yes,
you know, and I started out inside my grandmother's backyard, you know, and people didn't really,
the Green Mansion,
you know,
right?
Yeah, people didn't really think much of it. But, you know, we pioneered a movement. And once ESPN started coming, Sports Illustrated, National Geographic, Rolling Stones, Netflix, EA Sports, you name it. It's not a promotion company, sports development company, you know, that have not, celebrity, that have not come to the biggest backyard in America, you know, and I'm proud of my involvement because we helped change a lot of lives.
Yes.
And BYB Extreme is just the next phase of evolution. We sent more guys pro than any dojo camp, than any gym, than anybody from MMA or, you know, the boxing arena from grassroots levels.
Wow. That's amazing. Look, if you can start there and thrive there, you can definitely survive anywhere, you know, and what you just said is actually really important, man. You are changing lives. And it's crazy because in preparation to this conversation, I rewatched Dawg Fight. And one of the beautiful themes of that documentary is that these men literally had an opportunity to fight with their own hands to improve their lives, to change their outcome of their lives financially, which meant a lot to these men, right? And you're literally doing that again now. And I wish I had a better word for this, but you have evolved so far with BYB Extreme that now it's as legitimate as it could be. It's beautiful stage, beautiful lights, awesome promotion. Like, it's such a trip to me knowing that you started in that backyard. Do you ever reflect on maybe the time in your life, maybe 2015 or whenever that was, early backyard days?
Of course. Keep one thing in mind. When you talk about, you know, elevation, evolution, you know, at some point somebody said, hey, listen, horses, you know, will one day be obsolete.
Right.
And individuals didn't believe that.
Right.
Now look at them. The Amish use them for transportation, for entertainment, for sports, to you name it. Clearly, when I was doing this bare knuckle in Paran, started out in 07, I was ahead of my time.
Oh, yes.
If I would have been doing this, you know, in 2013, 2014, how I did, I'd be worth hundreds of millions of dollars, right? But at the end of the day, it's like I reflect back all the time because it's what helps me stay grounded.
Sure.
You know?
Wow.
These were the times when it was pure. No politics, no additives, no preservatives, you know? And you got to keep one thing in mind, you know, at those stages, you know, I was hands-on. I mean, I'm hands-on now, but, you know, it's like I could really be creative now. You know, then I was the matchmaker. I was the referee. I was the promoter. You know, I signed the guys. I organized the events. Right. I positioned everything. And these are the things that I knew that I had, you know, an obligation to. Then I had to deal with the things that will come about that I did not plan for equally or greater than the day of the events. Oh my God. It made me sharp so I can be that individual that I am on these levels. See, I went to school early in the backyard. I met everybody, every snake, every crook, everybody. So it's like, now I know how to maneuver. So I'm one of the most dangerous guys in the business right now.
Yeah, you can sniff it out, I'm sure. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Wow, awesome perspective. So, I mean, yeah, and you said earlier, kind of, you know, paying homage to those that came before you and stuff, and obviously the Kimbo Slices of the world and all. Was it amazing to kind of have the opportunity to Bellator, to later actually fight him, actually have that shared, two humans, you know, there's a couple experiences in life that are more personal. Fighting, there's very few, right? They could be more personal than that. You guys will always have that, you know? What's that like?
Well, you know, for me, you know, I came in there prepared. You're talking about one of the biggest stages. I think that stage was bigger than a UFC platform. We had people hanging off the rafters. You know, sold that place out.
Huge. It was huge.
Scott Coker, he came and he said, Dada, we've sold this place out. We've never had this many people at a press conference before. And when you go back to it, it's like Kimbo was there. Shamrock was there. Gracie was there. They never brought out a crowd like that. See, I was blessed with wordetry, you know, and I feel like, you know, when it comes down to marketing and promotions, look, I was doing that in the backyard. You know, we was bringing out a lot of people to the backyard. So I'm like, for me, you know, this was like another day at the office, you know, and what I didn't factor in is how many people take interest. Yeah. You know, we had 4 guys come in and they put $6 million on me. You could Google that. They shut down the books. You know, I mean, it was a crazy experience.
It's amazing,
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but honestly, that press conference is historic, man. I mean, it's like, it was just raw, right? It was raw.
Yeah.
And it made, if anything ever sold a fight before, that sold a fight, because I wanted to see it, because again, I was familiar with, we all were familiar from Kimbo, from YouTube. I was familiar from you, from the documentary. So I was like, oh, this fight's got to happen. Then I saw the press conference and I was like, oh my God, this is like a big brother situation. I was like, but I think Dada might, I don't know. We don't know, you know? So
here's awesome. The thing, right? Here's the thing. When you look at situations, you know, like that, I was coming in, I was bigger, I was stronger. I hit definitely a lot harder. And I just knew the strengths that I had. I knew that he had the skill. I knew that he had the talent. I knew that he had the experience. But I was going to neutralize that. That was all going to count for nothing. You know, I was going to change the narrative. I was going to take over, and I was going to finish him. Now, I would say this. You know, certain things transpired, you know, and from a medical standpoint, and I realized that when I got into that ring, you know, and a lot of people said, hey, listen, they was looking into my eyes, you know, and I want everybody to tune in to Dawg Fight round 2, you know, to get the gist on that. But when you take that many people that takes interest inside of a fight, that big, that much betting, etc., you know, you got to have, you just got to be careful, you know, and here I am. I'm in there with a known puncher, a known knockout artist. And under the condition that I was, he couldn't finish me.
Yeah.
He couldn't finish me. I mean, I stood around. I took 58, 57 copy box punch stat numbers. He threw 78 total shots. I took 57 and still stayed standing and went to the 3rd round. And I could have only have thought that, you know, if I was how I am right now, you know, I would have finished that fight in the 1st round. But, you know, it was a great experience for me, you know, definitely not done, you know, had to, you know, establish BYB Extreme, you know, make it into a pillar, you know, of the fighting pinnacle, you know, that it has started to flourish to. So now that the cement is solid, the foundation is stern, now I can actually come back and get in one or two more to set the world on fire all over again.
There it is. All right, there it is. Hey, man, and when you're ready and when that happens, I got your back, man. We'll support it every way we can.
Yes.
Absolutely. Man, with that, kind of just maybe one more final thought, man. I want to give you kind of an opportunity. Is there anyone in particular you want to give a shout out to? Maybe share anything about BYB. I think you have a Tampa card coming up in March, right?
There you go.
Okay.
Listen, we're gonna be all over, this year in different cities and different states. But Tampa, BYB 9 at the Tampa State Fairgrounds, is gonna be historical. And when I say historical, because of the individuals that are now coming on board.
Yeah.
We have a great heavyweight lineup. We got great females on the card. Mm-hmm. The whole card is stacked. And I said this before, we should call it NOME, N-O-M-E, Night of Main Events, because every fight that's on the card has the potential to headline and be its own main event, and everybody that's out there, you could go get your tickets at bybtickets.com. Again, that's bybtickets.com. And listen, we are the premier bare knuckle fight league, right? No one has the history, the resume that go back in depth like how we have. You can go back and you can fact find, you can see how long we've been around, like the dinosaurs.
Right.
I mean, listen, got nominated for 2 Emmys in the backyard. Rolling Stones, National Geographic. Shout out to everybody that we work with, in conjunction to getting us here. Shout out to Mike Vasquez. Shout out to Jose Pepe. Shout out to the whole BYB team. This is the best card, yet. And we're only going to get bigger. We're only going to get better. Follow BYB Extreme on all social media platforms. BYB Extreme on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. Also subscribe to the YouTube channel to see, prior events.
Yeah.
To see fighter breakdowns.
Yes.
Listen,
promos.
it's one of the hottest channels with content, and we're going to keep them coming. We are here for the fight fans. We fight, we put on shows, for the entertainment and the enlightenment of the people. When it comes to BYB and bare knuckle fighting, we have no equals. BYB Extreme, when it comes to bare knuckle, we make the weekend. We're going to light Tampa up. We're going to light the city of Tampa up like it's the 4th of July, and it's going to be an epic event, and if they can't if they can't be out in person, they can watch the event on our YouTube channel, and they say some of the best things in life are free, and definitely BYB Extreme, we're keeping the giving tradition alive as we did in the backyard.
And your content is absolutely awesome. I'm going to link all of the social media channels, Twitter, IG, Facebook, but YouTube, everybody for real. I'll make sure I'll have the link for tickets as well, but amazing content, amazing fighter profiles, breakdowns, interviews. So if you're unfamiliar, check it out. Again, like Dada said, but I'll link everything. If you're not a fan yet, go there and you're going to be. It's just that easy. Dada, man, thank you so much. This was awesome. This was such a pleasure to have this opportunity to talk to you. I will be supporting, watching. Can't wait for the Tampa card. Thank you again.
Hey, listen, and before we go,
yes.
I was gonna keep this under surprise, but cut my hair, man.
My man, where's the red mohawk?
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. Psych! It's right here. It's breaking down.
I was like, this is breaking news.
Yeah, no, I got it braided down. I wouldn't be me without the mohawk, right?
Oh man, I wouldn't have known. Yeah, yes, you got me for sure.
There you go. Brawl 9, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, man, for having me on your platform, BYB Extreme. We have no equal. The mighty Trigon. You know what I'm saying? Listen, It's the pinnacle. Every fight in Tampa will be a finish. Nothing March the 12th in Tampa is going to go the distance.
Thank you, Dada.
Thank you.